The relief is an operation that each of us continually performs. There is no human action if it is not preceded by a significant operation. We think about when we have to take an object. We think about when we have to park the car. Unthinkable to take an object if before we have not detected the position, the shape, the dimensions. Equally, if we park the car first, we take note of the available space and how to perform the maneuver, then work. The robot, which we see in the NASA video on Mars, perfectly emulates our visual system. We notice two cameras, almost in contact with the ground, with which he takes a series of photographs. And every time the compare frames, in practice, makes a photogrammetric survey to perfection, according to which it establishes the safest route, detects obstacles and chooses the most suitable path. As we do when we walk, we always look at the road "Let's be safe" simply because we have accumulated other information in previous paths. So we know how the flooring is, how is the road, and therefore certain operations are automated. But every time it is found from the comparison between what we see is what we have memorized a difference, we proceed with caution. And we basically behave the same way as the robot. We are faster and more shipwright, because we have accumulated more information about the robot moving for the first time to Mars. Then, always in this robot, we note that in addition to the two eyepieces, places almost in contact with the ground, it has two more, placed at a certain height, through which he scrutinizes a larger space, and therefore manages to detect even more distant obstacles. There is an increase in the recovery base. The distance between these two other eyepieces is greater. They said the first time a man attempted to perform a remote survey. We have already seen that in space within reach, the man carries out the survey with extreme precision. Then as you move away and go over a meter away, precision decreases more and more, and make up for it with some training. Think of the basketball player to football players. But we already notice the fact that the door is big enough, or that the basket is not very small. There is always a lack of confidence in the accuracy of the survey. And, the first time man adopted the photogrammetric survey and emulated his own visual system, even before the photograph came, it was with the capilla method. We note the two plates on which two perspectives are drawn, which obviously made from two different points, are different. We emulated this system in 1978 with student exercises, and there have been quite precise results. It is evident that the base is not very large due to construction problems of the slab holder structure on them, placed on one side of the parallelepiped created. It was drawn with a marker on the opposite wall. Two pieces of plexiglass had been placed, with two small crosses, through which it was observed, keeping the observation point fixed. And the prospects were drawn on the comparison of perspectives. The survey of what had been taken up was carried out. Then came the photograph. We have the frame with quite advanced cameras. But exhausted the problem of recovery, rather than relief. Data acquisition. The question arises as to how this data is transmitted. Both man and robot immediately use this data, in the sense that while walking, this information is used, and they are stored in the database. But when we have to communicate the relief to others, things get complicated. As long as it comes to reliefs of architectural details, maybe the problem doesn't exist. But if we have to survey an entire architectural complex, All the problems of design are proposed again, evenly. So first question, ISA report in the relief what has been found as it exists? Or do you have to bring those changes, to bring everything back to workmanlike? It is the first point we will have to face. Obviously this becomes possible. Show everything how each element was found. And then move on to any corrections. Highlighting what's going on, and what you intend to do. It is not yet a restoration project. Is a major project, that is, the detector communicates the building as it has interpreted it. Then these works can be USADAVN for a restoration project. And it is up to the restorer to decide how to do it. But at the moment it is necessary to bring back what exists. And what, according to the detector, should exist.